Alright guys, here is the TAMIYA TG10 MK, and this is the FX chassis. I'm just assuming that the FX stands for the FX engine, which is a long code. It's an FS12FX engine, and it's very cool. I've rarely seen many engines by TAMIYA, or at least that have the TAMIYA cooling head. Not sure what brand the engine is. It could be an in-house TAMIYA engine, but I've not run it yet. This looks like a really interesting kit. I've not really used them before. This is a vintage one. This is the box here just for reference, just to kind of give you an idea. It lets you know that it's a 2-speed transmission, and it's over there, right here. So I installed the whole thing. It comes as an assembly kit, so you have to assemble it. Came with this body, but I'm probably going to put something, I'm going to keep this beautiful body, but I'm probably going to put something different on it. So I just want to show you the final product of the TG10. I decided to go with the Lancia Delta HF Integrale body, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful. This is not the TAMIYA Delta HF. This is the one by Killer Body. Again, you can get these pre-painted, or you can cut and paint them yourself if you enjoy the process. I personally do, so that's the route I decide to go with. Also, you can, trim certain edges to make it fit whatever chassis you want better. So yeah, I think it turned out really much better than I expected. It looks so good and so realistic. I've had this body for some time. I just was waiting for the right platform to use it on. I could have put it on an electric chassis, but with this being, the HF, the rally car, I wanted, the sound, the smell, the noise. So the TG10 chassis worked perfectly. I did have to customize and modify some things, not just on the body, but also on the wheels. I love these wheels. These are the actual HPI. They're discontinued, but they're the actual Pirelli tire. They're the Pirelli rally tire that used to be produced by HPI. I don't know, I think it was in 2011. So I've had these for some time, and I've had these rally wheels. I needed to shave off inside the wheels the spokes, because they have extended spokes inside the wheel, and that kind of restricted the wheel from being put on the chassis, and restricted the free movement of the wheels. So now that's all been taken care of, and I wasn't sure this body was going to fit, because this is a pretty wide chassis, and thankfully the HF also, the Lancia, is pretty wide as well. So when it fit, it actually fit beautifully, exactly flush with the edges of the body, and that's exactly how I like my RC body shells to be. I don't like the body to the wheels, sorry, to sit too deep inside the body. And even the clearance, the ride height clearance, all that stuff just really fit perfectly, and the free movement is great. Can't wait to take this thing and see how the 2-speed shifts, because I really haven't driven this properly yet. I've only done the engine break-in and tried to figure out what body to put on it. So this is the result. This is the idea that I kind of had in my head for this body, and I'm so glad that it fit here, because if it didn't fit, I would have to put something else. But I'm really glad the HF worked, and this is an icon, this car. So to have it running on NITRO as well, and the 2-speed, I think this is going to look, sound, and drive absolutely brilliant. So let's take it out and see how it performs. But looks wise, it looks absolutely amazing. Alright, so let's look at it in depth. I'm going to tell you what I changed, and for the most part everything that you see here is stock. The only thing I really changed is the air filter, which I like these bigger air filters a bit more than this, and since it is a vintage kit, this seemed pretty old. It's not been used or run, but it's just, time has taken its toll. So, and it's a smaller filter, as you can see, so this will definitely get more air. And this is a very weak, let's say, 2-stage filtration. This is a much better 2-stage filtration with the oil in the middle. Anyways, the other things that I did are just, the lock nuts and just honestly, the placement of the receiver, I had to change it a little bit because it wanted me to put it upside down in here, and I just put it kind of in the middle, just so I can have easy access in case I need to change something or a setting or add a third channel wire. So yeah, the only thing that's interesting about this kit that I think is very difficult is the battery replacement. When you need to replace the battery, you need to unscrew, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and you can then flip this upside down, remove this rubber strap, and then you can replace the batteries. So it's an interesting design. Okay, so if you know me, you know I love my NITRO models, whether it be a 10th scale or 8th scale or whatever other scale they make. I would say 5th scale, but that would be 2-stroke. So yeah, I really love the realism, and I like this design of the exhaust. I'm thinking maybe this can allow me to, you know, reroute it to make an actual rear exiting realistic scale exhaust for the car. So we'll see what happens. I haven't started it yet. This is just fresh after the build, so probably things might go wrong. I don't know. It's, again, a vintage kit. Even the servos are kind of vintage. I could have changed those to something better, but they seem pretty quick for their age, and this isn't something I want to, you know, bash off road or go crazy with. So it's just kind of a nice driving model. So we'll see. Maybe I'll change them out, but for now I haven't tried it yet. I don't know how they behave, so I don't really know if they need to go, but if they do, it's an easy out for them. So yeah, let's start her up, and we'll go from there. One thing I wanted to show you is I already posted this a few places, and some people were responding, get a tuned pipe, get a tuned pipe. Well, I don't want to get a tuned pipe because this exhaust design will allow me to reroute the exhaust exit all the way to the back, exactly like the real thing, like the real HF. So I'm working on that right now. I'm trying to figure out another, you know, design a piece that's gonna bend 90 degrees all the way to the back to reroute it with a wire so that it exits all the heat and the smoke, because as is, I don't want to cut a hole in the body just for realism and realistic purposes. The Nismo over there, I did cut a hole on the side because in the real thing there is a side exhaust to exit the exhaust gases, but on the real thing with the Lancia Delta, it exits the exhaust from the back. So that's why I'm deciding to keep this stock exhaust by Tamiya and reroute everything all the way to the back, and I'll see how that goes, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be a very difficult process. But you know, you never know. Once you start with these things, some things can always go wrong, so it takes trial and error, and I'm going to see how I'm going to be able to do that, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to work. So yeah, let's go out and run the car. looks amazing, drives amazing. The exhaust is beautiful, the exhaust works perfectly. Body gap is perfect. So yeah, very pleased with this, very happy with this. I just hope I don't need to change that bearing. Alright, so that was it for the Lancia Delta, the HF Integrale and the TAMIYA TG10 chassis. To drive, it's an absolute dream, very stable. The 2-speed shift's nice, with the exception of that one-way bearing, which I probably might need to change because I've run it on 2 tanks right now and it's still a bit iffy on second gear, and the one-way bearing is what causes it to engage second gear without slipping in the other direction, so to keep it moving forward. So yeah, other than that, really it looks brilliant, drives brilliant. The scale and the realism in these things is everything for me. It's awesome, you know. So now I'm gonna take it back to the desk and check it out. And yeah, I really did enjoy this thing, and I think this body and this chassis are the perfect match. So yeah, let's go back to the desk and let's you know, diagnose it there. Alright guys, so this is it for the TAMIYA TG10 Lancia Delta HF Integrale. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just going to clean it up even further. I think I might need to change the one-way bearing that's holding the 2-speed, the second gear on the car, because it's kind of slipping every now and then. But other than that, drives amazing, and that's a very easy and quick fix. I already found the part. So yeah, until next time, ciao.